Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back. Hope you had a good Thursday. No gamma squeezes today, at least not in the right direction. Let's talk about GME real quick. Kind of what I'm thinking now, and from some of the stuff I've read, it makes sense. So gamma squeezes can go either way, which makes sense. If the market maker has to be delta neutral, it'll go either way. And I'm wondering if that's maybe what happened on the 15th here, if we were starting to see that, because that was on Monday. When this last week was up here, and then it kind of stayed flat, and then come expiration here, it didn't, the strike price wasn't way up here, so they didn't have to buy shares, causing more of a squeeze on Monday. I think it was low enough to where basically the delta on those and the ones that are expiring this week were so low that this kind of, I think there's kind of a little reverse gamma squeeze, if you will. Could be shorting on the ETFs and all that. But yeah, if the market makers are delta neutral, my conception of this was wrong. I was a little bit off initially. I thought, oh, by Thursday, Friday, they have to like buy or sell the shares. No, as soon as you open that contract, if it's a new contract, they've got to be delta neutral on it. So at that point, they become delta neutral, and as the stock moves, they immediately will go up and down with it to stay delta neutral. That's my understanding now. I could still be wrong. I'm new to all this gamma squeezes as well, but I think that's kind of what's happening again here now. Kind of the sell-off for today. I mean, this volume is so low. It really doesn't mean anything. It's not like, oh, I think it's all over. But I think that is, I'm bearish in the short term on GME. I'm thinking Friday it'll probably be even more red. Probably get a better spot to buy in or go long on it, unless there's some external event news or something that happens that causes it to run up. I think next week is looking better. I didn't open up any bearish plays on it though. Can't do that to GME. Especially since it's so volatile, and any news could just make this thing go crazy. So I just kind of pulled out of just my only profitable position on it so far. And this is what's awesome about spreads, particularly credit spreads. We did a lot of trades today. I'm going to warn you first. A lot of good stuff though. But yeah, we had this GME put credit spread. So see all these, I have these debit spreads expiring tomorrow. None of these are going to hit. And that's probably, let's see, it's probably about $2,000, 1,500, including this naked call or this naked call. No, I've got two of these. Okay, so that's 1,200 there. Yeah, that's $2,000. We're looking at almost $3,000 in just options exposure for this week, and a lot of that's even spreads, so it's not naked. So you can really get burned pretty quick on calls. That's why you gotta, when the IV's high, it's just, in short expirations, man, you just lose money so quick. So that being said, actually maybe I should close this one. Let's see, 330 again. No, that's not worth it. That being said, the credit spreads, what I did, I opened up a put credit spread, so it's a bullish play, but I was far enough out of the money that it made sense. I'll show you the history here on it. I think we made like 800 bucks on it. So was this one, bought to cover, sold to close, bought to, no, let's use this one, these right here. So I did in two different transactions. I had, what, 9 of them? I think I had 9 of these things. So it was the difference between the two. I wish it could show me, kind of. Doesn't really tell me. We made 800 bucks on it. I don't know how to see that, but and I closed it today because I think this is going to keep going down, and yeah, see, it's already at 198. So I wasn't certain it was going to close above 190 tomorrow, and if it doesn't, then that 800 that I would have made would have turned into negative. I would have lost what was it, like 1,200 if it expired down here. So I didn't get full max gain. Max gain on it was like $2,000, and I wanted that, but I just, with the way the chart's looking, I just didn't want to risk it. So I closed out of that one, made a little money, but when we're still net negative on GME trades for this week for sure. And yeah, could be anyone's guess as why that is. Low volume, haven't had any short attacks. There might not be hardly any shares. Let's see, tomorrow's Friday. There could be a short attack tomorrow. I mean, this thing not only is coming down, it's got a lot of downward momentum. I mean, it's on low volume, so anyways. but there also could be some short attacks tomorrow. They might be trying to get this thing super low for tomorrow's expiration, which is really fine. I mean, it just gives you a better price point to buy in at. And until this squeeze happens, the price action really doesn't matter. The only thing that it does matter is the cheaper it is, the more upside you have, basically. So you can just think about that when it's a red day and it's going down and it keeps getting cheaper and cheaper. Don't look at your P&L. Just think about how much more upside potential there is. And I mean, that's how I trade all stocks, honestly. Speaking of, this TKAT with, this is, I can't remember what it's called. NFT? Yeah, it's an NFT play. This thing went crazy if you guys caught it. It was a penny stock, 5 cents or $5, came up to $23 yesterday. After hours stayed flat. Pre-market went nuts, went all the way up to $40. I actually got into this play just now, a little bit ago. I tweeted about it. I got in like right here. I thought it looked nice. It kind of bounced on the support here of kind of yesterday's high and kind of aftermarket. So bounced off that moving average, and I was like, this thing's got a lot of upside. All the way up to $40, so we'll see. Not a huge position. I don't know. I put like $1,000 on it. Man, we'll go into all this stuff. Shoot, man, I knew this was happening. I didn't want a good faith violation, so I didn't sell it. But anyways, yeah, so GME for tomorrow, gamma squeeze. I think it's a reverse gamma squeeze is kind of what we're seeing. So as the price comes down more, market makers will be able to sell more shares because more call contracts are out of the money at this, 200, 195, 190. So we're kind of seeing that, and that's fine. We can wait till earnings is next week. I think it's on what, Tuesday? Yeah, 23rd. Earnings is on Tuesday, so that should be a huge catalyst. So this is a nice little gift before it might go crazy that it's selling off. Option contracts are getting super cheap. I picked up one this morning too early. I know better to wait. It's only down 30%. Sucks, but at any rate, tomorrow I'm going to be scaling in. I'll probably get some closer to the money. But yeah, look how cheap this 600. I mean, just take this for an example. Look at this thing, 600 call expiring next Friday. Look at where this thing's come and where it's gone from. Look at this. This thing was worth $3,500 just a few days ago. Look at this. Where is that? 312. Yeah, 312 was worth $3,500. That was last Friday. This thing was worth $3,500, and now it's worth $200. So that shows you time decay on options premium, especially when they have such high IV. So buying naked calls like this, I can't stress it enough. Easy way to lose money. I'm just trying to get a little exposure each week for a squeeze, and then if it does start to happen, then hopefully I'll be brave enough to scale into it, even though the options are going to start going crazy right away. Probably won't be able to time that, but yeah, it's my outlook for GME. It's unfortunate. I was hoping it was going to stay on this 190 and or 180 moving average and kind of squeeze up. Gamma squeeze this week, but it doesn't look like it. We got to wait. It's holding up this price above 190. Awesome. We'll see if it continues to. I was watching it just melt off, and then it hit 195. Bunch of volume, huge buyer came in at 195. So there might be a pretty good floor here at 195. We'll see. Yeah, 195 and then 172 are kind of the supports, I think. Those are really the only supports, and those aren't very strong. I mean, they could be. It hasn't built much of a floor there, though. So really, see, that's like back here, 185. And this is kind of that 200. See, this resistance up here becomes a new support. So 185 is kind of that's probably pretty good around that range. 175 to 185 is probably a good support range. And then, yeah, that's right in the middle of those two. Sort of 175 to 185. So we might see it down here by tomorrow, Friday. I'm not opening up bearish plays again, like I said. But that's that. Did a lot of like swing day trade type stuff today. A lot of volatility with some of these stocks. Like I said on TKAT, I missed this and just kind of waiting for a setup to get back into it. I was looking closer. I maybe would have picked it up down here, but it's better to be late than wrong. And it looks good to me. It looks strong. This thing might go crazy after hours again. What else did we get? Well, on E-Trade, I closed out of that GME. I bought the 620 call for next week. Corsair, you know, guys know I'm very bullish on Corsair, and I think they had amazing earnings just a few weeks ago, and it sold off with tech. It had this nice range coming up, had earnings like here, and it sold off. That just happened to be during tech sell-off. And I'm thinking with amazing earnings in this sell-off, and then it came way down here, and then now it's just being held right here, down 7% today. Wow, that's awesome. I'm stoked. So much more upside. Just being held down here and pinned down here. Finviz says it's like about 20%. This is old though. Finviz isn't up to date or whatever, and I don't know how much I trust stuff anyways. The 19.96%, but it's been saying that since back here. I think that might be a lot higher now, just because they had great earnings and it's still shot down, and then now it's being pinned down here. That's just what it looks like. So I'm thinking the short interest is higher. This is to me is a high growth, very bullish space, and this is one of the best ones in that space. This is like PC gaming and now streaming. They own a lot of like streaming companies and hardware. Yeah. Anyways, they have earnings in a while, like a couple months, and so I did put credit spreads on that. I kind of keep scaling into this stuff as it keeps going down. It's just too enticing. If the market crashes, this play will suck, but because it'll bring it down with it. But if it doesn't, I think this will run like crazy. So yeah, 64 days. This covers earnings. Let's see, earnings on it. There's a kind of new little thing with E-Trade, which is kind of cool. So it's unfortunate with here. So here's option implied move. So this is what option traders were betting the move was going to be, up above 16% on the first earnings, which is November 10th. This was the actual move. So yeah, that's unfortunate. This was the option, what the option players thought it was going to move, close 15%. This was the actual move. I don't know why it says negative there. It was positive earnings. This is just probably one. Let's see. I'm not sure. I think it was pretty positive earnings. Anyways, I'm still bullish on this. Yeah, I'm definitely still bullish on it. This doesn't really affect me. Next one is 5/6. So May 6th, we're looking at the next earning date for Corsair, and these options expire. Let's see. May 21st. Or no, yeah, May 21st. So they cover that. This is a put credit spread. It's down 15%. That's just today. I can't believe this thing keeps tanking. So max profit's $2,000, max loss is 3,400. It's got to stay. This is a little more conservative though. It's got to be above 30 by then. So I'd like to be more aggressive, but just in case, I was pretty conservative. Wow, is it that conservative? That's too conservative. Oh yeah, that's way too. The thing is, it's a big gap between the strikes. So it's 25, 30, 35, and I was like, or maybe it's even 40. There's a big gap in there. That's why I didn't go to the next strike up, but I think it'll probably be at least up here by then. So yeah, to me, that's a very safe play, even though we're watching it now and it's tanking. This is pretty crazy. Where's even the support? I guess down here, 30. It did hit 28. I'm gonna scale into this thing like crazy. This thing keeps going. I'm gonna scale in. And then we've also got these expired tomorrow. They're gonna be worthless. We've got these $60 calls also to cover earnings. We've got 8 of those, down 63%. I could scale into those some more too. You just keep getting cheaper. Look at that, 41 cent. Oh my goodness, I'm gonna buy one right now. That's just too good. I gotta buy one. I just have to. Yeah, yep. We'll wait for that to get filled. Yeah, so that's Corsair. Let's see. And then Peloton. Peloton had bad news. I guess one of their like treadmill things killed a kid. I don't know. It's really sad. Stuff like that happens though. I mean, so it maybe won't dump the stock super fast, like, because this hasn't really. I think the news maybe came out here. But it's looking bearish anyways right now. This is crossed over. I need more bearish positions. It is kind of on a floor here, unfortunately, so it might find support here, which is fine as long as it doesn't come up above 105. So this play basically, it's just like a put credit spread, but it's a call credit spread. So the stock has to stay below a certain price for me to make money. It's already up 20% on it. Max profit's 567. This expires tomorrow too, real short term. So that's nice. 567 by tomorrow if it stays below, I think, what is it, 105. So we'll see what happens with that. Yeah, I might close that out early for, 50, 80% if it's up that much. Love credit spreads, man. And then let's see. Yeah, I did a lot of other stuff also, actually. So on Webull here, what did we do? Okay, so eyes. I bought eyes with. I was up on it quite a bit. Then the chart, like, it was going crazy. Then I saw some big candles. I'm like, what is going on here? So I actually wanted to sell out. Problem was, I bought them with unsettled funds. So if I sold out this early, it would trigger a good faith violation. I've already triggered one of those. I don't want to trigger another one. So I'm holding it. I sold as many as I could, and I've got 62 left. Yeah, so hopefully this is just finding a support right here, and it'll run up tomorrow, but might be holding that one for a bit. I like the news on this. I think it's a good long-term play, honestly, so not a huge deal. We also, let's see, is this show our history on here? Order history, today's orders, build? Is that all we did on here? Yeah. Yeah, so then also on our TD account, we did some stuff on here today. So I bought SLGG. I've called all this stuff out on our Twitter, and the SLGG and the eyes, both these plays, I called out on Twitter. And if you don't follow me, but if you just watch, yeah, these have been good plays. They're not always going to be good plays, but these two have been. So this had this crazy move, and I'm like, I mean, this is still, once it gets as volatile, I'm like, it's a little more difficult to read the charts. I mean, I'm seeing that this is kind of a support here. I mean, it was breaking out into all-time highs almost. It broke past this resistance, and after that, the next one is really when it IPO'd, and it was up at 11.5. So that was this resistance right here that broke, and then I was hoping it was going to just keep squeezing on up, but it didn't. I think it's still bullish. But anyways, so I decided with this TD account, I think for now, I'm going to just make it a free share account. So we were up about 30% on SLGG, and actually when it was up at 90 or 9.9, we were up like 50%. But anyways, I was like, it wasn't until down here that I decided I didn't like this chart and I want to get out of it. So up 30%. Basically, I sold back enough shares to cover the capital that I spent buying the shares, if that makes sense. So we had about 200 shares, and I sold back 130. And so now we're left with 70 shares, and these are free. So I might just make this like kind of a free share account. And with GME, I won't. I mean, this will be different if this squeezes, because I'll try and scale out of it totally. But with kind of the swing trades and that kind of thing, I might just try that on an account and see how it goes. I kind of like that idea. And then I also bought into TKAT, like I was saying. So I missed the run yesterday and the day before, but patience. Stock market is a transfer of wealth from the impatient to the patient. Maybe I wasn't patient enough. We'll see. I think I was. This looks nice. This looks nice. This was nice. I saw it this morning. I almost FOMO'd. I'm like, no, wait. I had a huge doji up there. Came all the way down here. I didn't buy it down here because I wasn't sure, and I wasn't really watching it. I bought it right about up here when it was coming up to the VWAP. So I bought it right about here. I was like, all right, looks like I found a floor here. Bounced off resistance from, or yeah, kind of the support line here. And if you're not looking at extended hours, it looked a lot better. If you kind of just don't look at any of this stuff, seems funny, but then yeah, look, it's kind of bouncing off the long moving average and kind of staying up in this range. MACD still looks good. All looks good. So basically, I pulled the trigger on this one, and not a huge investment. I think $1,000, maybe $2,000. No, this one was $1,300. So this one was a little bit more risky just because it had so much upward momentum the last few days. I mean, this thing was $5 just a couple days ago. So once it's this high, it's more volatile and it's going to be more risky. So didn't have quite the confidence, but it's looking good so far. We'll see what happens. Market just closed. This thing could keep going crazy, honestly. So this is yeah, I can't keep NFT space. So quick hype, and what I'm going to do with this, we're up 13% now. Once it's up, basically, if I think it's hit a top, just based on the charts, then I will sell off enough to make my initial investment free, which is $1,300. So at this point, if I wanted to make it free, to give an example, I'd sell enough shares to get back $1,300, and then it'd be you know, $200 worth of shares at the current price. But yeah, we'll see what happens with that. Long term today got clobbered. Wow, down $1,100 today. No big deal. Rocket came down. Square came down. I guess Kathy Woods got out of Square. I don't know if that's true or not. Tesla came down a lot. Corsair came down a lot. Yeah, Corsair, man. Holy smokes. Did that get filled? I didn't get filled on that play. That's okay. Fine to wait. Fine to wait. See if this maybe keep coming. Woo. Love it. Love it. Love this thing just tanking. It's got to be just getting shorted. I mean, this is a look at this volume. It's just dead volume. Yeah, I'm stoked. I'm gonna go heavy on Corsair. I'm gonna go even heavier. I've got 100 shares on here. Got calls. I've got put credit spreads. What else should I do? I don't know. The thing with the calls that's sketchy is if it doesn't move fast enough and you bought into some IV, then you're just gonna get screwed. That's where it's nice to sell premium. Ooh, a lot going on today. Thanks so much for watching, guys. Make sure to sub up, like up, comment down. Happy money sticks around. Even when it goes down like that, still fine. We're on Thursday. Only down 1,400 this week. No big deal. We'll see what tomorrow brings. We'll see what tomorrow brings. GME has actually been a nice hedge this month in the long term. I'm glad I put that in there because I think we'd be down a lot if it wasn't for, yeah, because we're up a grand on GME in the long term. So anyways, make sure to follow me on Twitter at HappyMoneyYT. We did a bunch of call outs today. Picked up 50 shares of TKAT, open a call credit spread on Peloton. Eyes is breaking out. SLGG going again. Corsair. Yeah, basically called all that out. If you guys made it this long in the video, just type moon. Just type moon in the comments. That's all we want. Type moon in the comments right here. Let's see what this thing does after hours. Thanks so much for watching, guys. Peace out.